Hello everybody, welcome. Tonight we are checking out Unbound Worlds Apart, which is a Metroidvania style game in the vein of, let's say, Ori and the Blind Forest. That is out now on Switch and PC, came out yesterday, and I am enjoying it quite a bit. I'm going to start a new game here and chat a little bit about it. While we watch this opening cinematic here. Story cinematic's a little light, but it kind of gets the job done. So I had compared it to Ori and the Blind Forest, and it is very much that, not just from an art style, but also for some of the game design as well. And at first I was a little worried that it was a little rote, maybe a little too repetitive, especially through the opening tutorial area. But then it kind of expanded and had some interesting mechanics that really opened up once you get past the tutorial section. So I am this guy, Soli. I mean, they even kind of named the main character similar, but hey, like I said, not too bad of a ripoff. At least I don't think so. Not too many games have been ripping off Ori and the Blind Forest specifically, so it's okay. It's to borrow some of those things if we want to. Oh, there you are, Soli. Your father and I wondered where you ran off. Olive Rue is excited about the ceremony tonight, but it always makes me feel uneasy. Will we join together and purify the crystal that powers our gate? Then the village will celebrate. Most of us were quick to forget what life was like before the gates were sealed, but I remember it vividly. So we're starting out here. There's going to be some sort of crystal cleaning, crystal purging coming up here. And we're also this little guy named Soli, who's been kind of picked on by the other people in his age group. So what a grand evening, Soli. I still cannot fathom Brahm, guardian of Vaya, is visiting our humble village. It's an honor for a guardian to conduct the ritual. After tonight, word of Rue will spread across the sea. What? Why, yes, I did see an odd little creature run this way. I believe it scurried off to the east, yeah. So he's talking about that little ferret fox-type creature that came through a portal earlier in the cutscene. And we're kind of going after it here. But we're going to quickly find out that we dodged a bullet by following this creature. I gotta say, I like the art style. It's very clean and expressive, while being pretty simple. So like it's not nearly as detailed as an Ori in the Blind Forest, but they get away with their style here pretty well, I think. Hi, Justin. Welcome to the stream. We're just about to get attacked by demons here. Soli, you came back. Flee, my child. It's not safe here. Find Brahm. He will protect you. So Brahm is like this, well, they call him a guardian. And avoid this weird creature thing. So Brahm's this guardian that we have to find. The sea of reality flows unbound. I shall attune your essence to her tide, so you may call upon the worlds apart. So we just got this crystal, and apparently these crystals are something that used to be prevalent, but then they kind of I don't know, it sounds like they kind of outlawed them. But it allows us to switch between Demon Realm and Normal Realm. And you can see like this rock disappears when we're in Demon Realm, so we can get past it. And then there'll be things like floating platforms. And this is the part of the game I'm going to try to shoot through this kind of quickly once I once I get past some of these tutorial bits that I can show you, because this is where I thought the game kind of got a little repetitive, like right off the bat. But it's really just tutorializing you and getting you familiar with the mechanics of the game, like how the jumping feels and stuff like that, which is all pretty good. Like he's responsive. He has a very deliberate jump. It doesn't feel floaty or anything like that, or unresponsive. Wow, Jesus. And there are a lot of instances like that where there'll be a creature in one realm and you have to, you know, see, like here we've got that weird red creature up there, and if we go into this realm, he's got his gross little thing coming out there. It is one hit kill, so we don't want to get hit at all, but it's also like instant respawn with you don't have to worry about lives or anything like that, which is nice. So we just got to be careful here, because if we're in his realm of influence, he will kill us. But when he's in the demon realm, he's just a big dumb rock. So we can use that to our advantage for sure. Yeah, I too like the resurgence of the 2D games. You know, it's something the indie space has been doing for quite a while, and even some bigger games are coming out now that are like from bigger studios that are embracing the 2D, and they're really exploring the space, so to speak. This guy looks like he's seen better days. Thank the sea, you escaped, my child. We were awaiting Brahm's arrival when a portal opened to the village square. So he's telling me that obviously the demons emerged, and then he's going to tell me to keep pushing forward, and I'll get to a guardian village type place. So you see this guy, he grows when he's in this other realm, and these things, they turn into jumping pads. Yeah, they did make Assassin's Creed a 2D side scroller for a little while there. I don't think those games did as well as they hoped they would, but I do appreciate the trying something new. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I ended up really appreciating this kind of long-ish tutorial area because it prepares you for what's coming up, which is kind of cool. I think I gotta work my way around. You do get a map at a certain point, but I don't have it yet. After all, it is a Metroid style game, so what's a Metroid style game without a map? Oh, shit. Yeah, so it's pretty much instant respawn. It's designed around, you know, completing the puzzles, not to be, I guess you could say, punishing in terms of like redoing areas or anything like that. Oh, I forgot to activate my portal there. No. I didn't notice that the first time. There's a little platform there, and if you don't time it right, it'll send you right back up into the spikes. Alright, so that's kind of the, at least from what I've seen of the puzzles, the general flow of it is, you know, you doing the platforming challenges to, this is going to be a fast travel point later on, you know, once we find another one, obviously. You know, solving the puzzle, the platforming puzzle to open the gate. So this little cute little butterfly turns into this awful demon when you go into the other realm, and they are scary as hell. Yeah, you didn't miss much, Justin. This portal to this demon realm opened, and we're trying to make our way to safety through these caves, and we also acquired a crystal that allows us to do this portal thing ourselves. Oops. And also it's out on Xbox, not Xbox, on PC, which is what I'm playing on right now, and Switch. I think this seems like a really good Switch handheld game. Jesus. Those things are just the worst. There's actually a worse enemy we haven't encountered yet, but we'll get there. Luckily, they don't hurt you when they're in this form. Oh yeah, the game is... They definitely went all out on the art for this game. At least the color palette. It's really striking, and everything really stands out. Careful where you tread, child. These are chaotic times. Folk are coming and going in a panic, heading out into the forest to find their lost kinsfolk. Best take a map if you're planning on venturing as well. It will keep an eye on a true path. So this is your map guy. You will meet him in certain areas, and he'll give you a map of the area. And this is a trope, I guess you could say, or borrowed from Hollow Knight, which was a game that had a roving map keeper. That's at least the first game I remember having something like that. And then there's Ori and the Will of the Wisps borrowed that from Hollow Knight, so everyone's borrowing a little bit from everybody, right? That's how art works. As we'll see here coming up real soon, we're going to get to a point where, so I don't think I can do this yet, or if I can, I don't. I tried this last night when I was playing this sequence, and I don't quite know how to get there. I don't know if I'm going to get a new ability later on that will allow me to handle that a little bit better, but I died there a few times, so I kind of moved on. Alright, so now we're at this Guardian area, and you can't use your portal ability here. Yeah, such ability on block the ability to conjure portals, which makes sense because they don't want the evil coming in. This is where you get your story bits here. So there's this guy named Brahm here, and he seems to be the leader of this this sorcerer's guild or whatever that needs to protect the realm from the evil realm that's sneaking in through the portals. But he won't come out of his chamber. So what we have to do is find these shards. So there's one down here, and there's one over here to open the gate, or to open his door to, hopefully get his help. But we can explore this area here. So now we find our little ferret friend. Ferret, fox, whatever you want to call him. Lyra. And I come from a distant world far from Vaya. The beasts that attacked your village invaded my own world many moons ago. They ravaged it until little was left. You see, I was fleeing from those wretched creatures. They had me cornered when your portal opened before me. So she's coming from, or they are coming from another world through that portal at the opening cutscene, and they're fleeing their world, which is also being destroyed by these evil demons. And then here's our map guy. This is kind of like where he hangs out in the sanctuary. So this zone, this kind of hub area, is reminiscent of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, where all your characters kind of congregate, and you can talk to them, and some of them allow you to do some quests and stuff like that. I haven't gotten any side quests yet in this game, but it wouldn't surprise me if there were some little side quests. So this is what I was talking about with fast travel. So now I unlocked this one, and if I wanted to, I could go all the way back here and instantly fast travel there, which is nice. Oops. There we go. Alright, and now in this zone, because we don't have our portal ability, we have these blue things that we can latch onto, which I hope these show up later on as well, because it's a nice little platforming addition. But right now I've only seen them in this zone. And now we walk through this portal. And now we have our ability back. And, spoiler alert. My, you seem to be carrying a crystal shard, a valuable treasure indeed. Crystals were once the fuel that allowed the magic gates to open portals to other worlds. But that was before the Order discovered the existence of those demons and their foul corruption. Now, most crystals have been smashed and their shards hidden from prying eyes. Yeah, so that was what I was talking about. The Order has destroyed most crystals, but you were able to find one. And so, based on my experience, it seems as though each zone in this game, so now we're in this zone here trying to get this Guardian Crystal, has a different gimmick or different ability that your portal gives you. So when I activate the portal now, it reverses gravity, and I sail up to the top of these areas. And this whole area that I'm in, that I need to find this crystal in, is all based around these kinds of reverse gravity puzzles. And of course, we still have enemies that we deal with, and there's some new enemies that'll pop up there. Like that one was a new one. Those guys really suck. They're like super fast at killing you, and I'm sure we'll die a bunch of times as we make our way through this at the hands of those enemies. I mean, that could be used back on that other screen. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Whoa, boy. Holy shit. These little fireball shooter things are straight out of Ori in the Blind Forest and the Will-o'-the-Wisp, which is probably, out of everything, the most like ripped right from that game. But I think this game does enough unique stuff with these unique abilities that it kind of carves its own identity while also borrowing heavily from Ori. I don't think that this would work in that area. This isn't like an ability I unlock that now works everywhere. Each zone has its own unique ability, and it only works when you're in that zone, at least as far as I've gotten in the game. Because there's another zone that, if I finish this quick enough, we'll get to, that gives you a completely different ability, which is actually what makes this a little unique. Like normally you'd unlock the ability and you'd have it for the rest of the game, but as of right now, it doesn't appear that way. But of course, that could change. Whoop. Hello. Yep, water's bad. Apparently, Soli is not a swimmer. Maybe we'll get an ability at some point to allow me to swim? I don't know. This is one of those hard ones. Okay, just made that. That took me a bunch of times the first time I went through it. Oh boy. How did I do this last night? Oh, okay. It just keeps going up once it starts going up. So this is like, you gotta trust the game here, right? So if you make, oh, nah, didn't quite make it. There we go, right through. Well, why did I do that? I was dumb. Oh no, is that must be the boss. You have a boss fight at the end of this area. And that might be him. Oh, this is the tough, oh jeez. Okay, now we get those little butterfly guys that are, oh, that aren't even the thing that killed me. Oops. So if you notice, the music ramps up here when it's going to be this like really intense part of the level, which I think is pretty cool. Ah, shit. Sometimes with those butterfly moth monster things, feel like I get a little lucky. They attack so fast that it's hard for me to even know what their hit box is, or their kill box, whatever you want to call it. Shit. Okay, all right, there it is. Woo! If you're looking for a by the skin of your teeth platformer, this is one of those. So let's go down here. Oh my god, this is another part. Yeah, it's on Steam, GOG, and Epic Game Store, so you can get it on any of those. This is, boy. These guys are real rough. What I have to do is I have to let them leash back and hopefully have enough time to or if I ended up doing it this way. Yep, I did. Sometimes you overthink it. Oops. Alright. So down there is that. So I guess that's easy path, not easy path. Talking about over here, that is another guy that I can rescue, and I'm not gonna go in there because I wasn't able to figure it out last night, so I don't want to spend some time. It's just you find the characters throughout the levels that you can rescue, and they It's like a, you know, like a secret collectible or something like that. But it was really tough, so I don't want to get into a rage session trying to figure it out. Am I doing this right? I feel like I need to get in here, but maybe it's this way. Yeah, I bet it's this way. Oops. Those things, I hate those things. Ah! They're legitimate scary. But the monster design in this game is real intense. Yep. Oh, nice, of course. Those are rebelled or exiled, so we saved one of them there. Some of them are easy to find. Others are quite challenging. And I don't know what you get, if you get anything special for saving them. There's a guy back in the village, the safe area, that is like, bring them back and I'll tell you a secret or something like that. So you get something out of it. Not sure what, but... Whoop. Shh. It's one of those games that you're like constantly having to hit the button to switch the switch on and off the portal, that you just sometimes hit it instinctively without really thinking about it. Oh yeah, I remember this guy. Come on up, buddy. Oh, owned. Like I get that some way with sometimes with jumps in games and stuff, where I just hit jump too many times, almost like you're almost like you're hack and slashing and hitting the button, like doing it too many times. But usually with hack and slashes, it's okay. Alright, so now we found those two things to unlock this door, and we're going to fight our first boss. Little bullet hell action going on here, which I'm digging, and then we kind of do one of these and hit its weak point, which is on the ceiling. Make itself hit its weak point. So I guess I should have pointed out at this point, there actually has been no combat. You don't actually participate in combat, as far as I know. Like, I haven't gotten a weapon. It's all been this ability. There we go. Alright, so now we can talk to the spirit. Ruth's ceremony was a failure. The power of the first world cannot be contained by mere chants and rituals. The first is the origin of everything. There is and all there will be, the progenitor of reality itself. When the first came into existence, it began as a swell of raw magic. It has since turned sour with rot. We tried to ignore the corruption in the hope it would pass, but to overlook reality is to court madness. Blah blah blah. So he's kind of saying the realm that looks like the demon realm is actually the first world, like the way the original way the world was, or something like that, along those lines, which is interesting. But yeah, first boss fight, not too hard once you figure out the trick to it, but I'm excited to see what the future boss fights have in store. So I think I'll fast travel back. To the village. Here. The quiet glade. And we'll wrap this up in a second. So if you can talk to those guys, and they'll be like, hey, that's pretty cool that you get that crystal and everything. But you still gotta get the other one in order to push the story forward. Alright, so it's actually right here where we go down. So here's where I got really excited about the game, because this place is pitch dark, you can barely see anything, and then you cross this barrier which allows your portal to be used, and instead of being something that you can turn on and off, it now illuminates this dark area in a circle. The more you move, it kind of shrinks, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know, I haven't really gone too far here, so I don't know what kind of evil awaits me. I don't really want to play too much longer either, because I don't want to spoil too much if you are interested in checking it out. But yeah, this area, when now we have this entirely new gameplay mechanic, really kind of got me excited for what this game potentially has in store. Looks like I'm gonna have to do something different with that spider guy. But I'll leave that to you to explore if you want to grab it. I recommend it. It seems really good. It seems really well made. They definitely leaned into what they were good at, which was the art style and the unique ideas around mechanics. I can't say where it goes from here, but if these are the two introductory mechanics, hopefully it gets even cooler and weirder from here. So that is Unbound Worlds Apart. Came out yesterday, Wednesday, on Steam and Switch, and GOG and Epic Games Store as well, so you can check it out there. Yeah, I recommend grabbing it, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of this game because, like I said, I'm excited what's to come. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks, Justin, for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.